Hi there, we're back in the Seven Seas Test Kitchen today. It's summertime around the corner and we have fresh sockeye, Copper River sockeye today that we're going to be cooking with. Now, I've taken a fillet of sockeye and I've cut it into portions. And unfortunately we don't have a barbecue in-house. We have a little grilling electric grill, so we're going to use this today. Okay, customers ask us about the sustainability of sockeye, and obviously there's concerns about the local supply of the Fraser River and Canadian sockeye in general. And our stance is that in general the Canadian government and Fisheries and Oceans does a good job of managing the resource. So when they allow fishing opportunities, we feel that it's safe to eat and you can feel good about eating it, because they do make sure that there's enough of a spawn and you don't want too much of an overspawn, or it can actually be harmful down the road. So Alaska does a very good job as well, and this Copper River sockeye is from Alaska. Their management is very good. So go ahead and eat it when it's around. So what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to add a little bit of, by the way, I'm doing a sockeye with a cucumber dill salsa. So I like cooking fish with salsas a lot. I'm just going to pour some olive oil on here so it doesn't stick to the grill. And I'll have to rub it in a bit. Rub it on these fillets. I might need a touch more. Okay, hopefully that'll do. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to season it with a bit of salt and pepper and get it on the grill. So I always just sprinkle. You don't want too much, but you want a little bit on there. Okay, that should be good for salt. A little bit of pepper to taste, whatever you like. Now make sure your grill's hot, and as long as it's oiled. You can also make sure you oil your grill a little bit if you're on the barbecue. I'm just going to rub a little bit of oil onto the grill to make sure. And a little secret that I always do, I like keeping the skin on the fish. Sometimes we eat the skin and we really like the skin, so we want to crisp it up. And I start by putting the fillet down. This is a little bit of it's going to be a slow process on this grill, but it is heated. So I put the skin down, the meat down first, the flesh down, just like this. Got these pieces here. So what I do is, by doing this, you can just move it around a bit so it doesn't stick right off the bat. And if you're on a barbecue, this will basically it will dry out the skin a bit on top, so when you flip it over, the skin won't be as likely to stick. If you start with the skin side down, it often sticks a lot more, and then it's kind of a mess on the barbecue and the skin's all off. So pretty simple salsa. We've got cucumber, some green onion, I would use fresh dill, but there was no fresh dill at the market today, so I got dry dill, salt, pepper, lemon, and a little bit of rice vinegar. That's really nice. So it's going to be a dill, cucumber, vinaigrette salsa kind of thing. So I'm going to scrape the seeds out just with a spoon. I just want the meat of the cucumber. That you can see there. And again, this is a quick meal. It's not hard. It's simple. I always like eating simple seafood. Bring out the nice flavor of it. So we're going to chop up this cucumber. Just going to sort of put it into dice. And we are now featuring Copper River sockeye at our stores. So both on 4th Avenue in South Surrey, you can go in and get it, and it's really nice and fresh. Copper River is known to have a lot more oil content. It's a very famous sockeye run. And it's quite pricey, but it is a nice oil content, and it's a little bit of a different flavor, so definitely recommend trying it out. It's better than the other Alaskan runs. You find that other Alaskan sockeye is a little bit drier. Copper River has more moisture and oil in it. And over the last couple of years, because of the Canadian problems in Canada, we've been buying both Russian and Alaskan sockeye. That has been more in abundance, definitely. So put the cucumbers in the bowl. I'm going to just slice up some green onion here. Onion just adds a little bit of a flavor. You can put shallots in here. You could avoid it altogether, just depending on what you feel like, what you have around, or what you feel like doing. I don't have my famous Japanese knife today, but left it at home. I'm just gonna finish chopping this up, and then we'll take a look. The fish is slowly cooking. This grill doesn't have too much power, so. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna put that in there. Move this out of the way here. A little bit of lemon juice in there. Put some of this rice vinegar. You can add, again, chili peppers. You can add a little bit of sugar if you want to make it a little bit sweeter. You can add both. You can add use regular white vinegar. Just a touch of olive oil in there. A little bit more. Now I'm going to put some dill in here, because that's going to give us a nice dill flavor. And again, salt and pepper to flavor it. So what I would do now is I just mix this up a bit here. You can see it there. Now let's check our fish here. So it's cooking very slowly here. So I flipped them back onto their skin side, and I just sort of nudge them a little bit once in a while, just to make sure they're not sticking. The skin doesn't stick. And basically, I always like cooking salmon, especially, well, most fish I like cooking it not quite well done. I like just sort of a medium well. I find that makes sure that a little bit of the moisture is still left in there, or more moisture, the more the better. So these are, again, they're not sticking. You can see you can take them off, there's no skin on there. That's what you want, that's what we like, eating the skin. So I'm going to take these off. Yeah. And just take them off, and then we're going to add our, try and pull out the plug of this thing. Take it here, and you can just serve it on a platter like this, or individually plate it. I'm just going to add the cucumber dill vinaigrette salsa onto the fish, and that's it. Simple, classic. Just enhance the flavor of the fish a bit, and as you can see, it took very little time. Let me try it here. Very good. So we'll see you next time in the Seven Seas Test Kitchen.